What is up, everybody? Welcome to DFS by the Numbers. This is my co-main event breakdown for UFC 295. We have Tom Aspinall taking on Sergei Pavlovich.
I need all the wins, yeah. Harder than all that is. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out.
And we are back for another breakdown this week. We are breaking down the co-main event for UFC 295. Obviously a fight that was supposed to be Stipe Miocic going against Jon Jones, a fight that I was really looking forward to, but they canceled the Jones-Stipe fight. Jon Jones got hurt, and instead of bringing one of these two guys in to fight Stipe, they just took the fight off as a whole, which is fine, because I really like this fight. This is a fight with two of the best guys in the heavyweight division, Tom Aspinall, Sergei Pavlovich, two guys that I can absolutely see either guy being champion, and I've felt that way for a while now, and now one of them will be champion. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this fight. It's one of those fights where it's a fight that I love and hate at the same time. I love it because how could you not love this fight? I mean, it's phenomenal. And then I hate it because I really like both these guys. So I'll be happy with no matter who wins this fight. We're going to break it down here. Before we get started, if you guys could please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and then check out the full card prediction video that's already out there. And I'll be going live a couple times throughout the week as well. So yeah, lots of content coming out for UFC 295. But, breaking down the co-main event here, we'll start with Tom Aspinall. He's 30 years old, 6'5", with a 78-inch reach, 13-3, and 4-1 in his last 5 fights. Sergei Pavlovich, he's 31 years old, 6'3", with an 84-inch reach, 18-1, and 5-0 in his last 5 fights. We'll take a look at the odds. We see that Tom Aspinall opened up plus 105. He's currently sitting at minus 125. Sergei Pavlovich opened up at minus 125. He's currently sitting at plus 105. So this is a very, very tough matchup to break down, and for a couple of reasons. The first reason is, it's a heavyweight fight. Both these guys have fight-ending power. Both these guys can absolutely knock either guy out. I don't think that's debatable. Another reason I think this fight is so tough to call is because you take a look at Aspinall. He's the guy that is the slight favorite here, and I agree. I do think he should be slightly favored, and the reason I think that is because he has more ways to win this fight. Tom Aspinall is a BJJ black belt. Tom Aspinall's actually averaging 3.7 takedowns per 15 minutes, which that's a lot higher than I expected, to be honest. He was able to get 2 takedowns against Alexander Volkov. His wrestling looked pretty good there. He was able to take down Andrei Arlovsky, submit him seconds after, and then he was able to take down Alain Badeau as well. So, yeah, he can wrestle, and I thought his wrestling looked really good against Alexander Volkov. Volkov's not the easiest guy to take down, and he went out there and destroyed him, submitted him in the first round. And then, yeah, like I said, he's a BJJ black belt. He's a very good grappler, has a submission game, has good ground and pound. So, yeah, Aspinall's ground game is really good. And Sergei Pavlovich, we haven't really seen him off his back. We've seen him once, actually, off his back. One time, and that one time we did see him off his back, he lost the fight. That was actually the only loss he has. It was against Alistair Overeem. It was his UFC debut, and it was a long time ago. It was 2018, so you got to think he has made some improvements since then. But from what we've seen, the one time he was on his back, he didn't look that great. Overeem took him down, got on top, and pounded him out very shortly after. So if Aspinall is able to take down Sergei Pavlovich, I kind of feel like he's going to be able to finish the fight very quickly after, whether it's a TKO via ground and pound or a submission as well. I think can very much be in play. And then on the feet, Tom Aspinall, I think he can hang with Pavlovich. I really do, but it's not a great idea to hang with this guy for too long on the feet, because it only takes one in the heavyweight division to begin with, but it only takes one, especially with a guy like Sergei Pavlovich, who is one of the hardest hitters in the heavyweight division right now. This guy hits like an absolute truck. So I think it'd be very wise for Tom Aspinall to get the fight down to the mat, and I would expect that to be the game plan, because if Tom Aspinall goes out there and strikes with Pavlovich, although I do think he can probably win the minutes, I think it only takes one for Sergei Pavlovich there. So in terms of a pick, I really think this can go either way. It's one of those fights where I really don't think you could be confident in either side, just because Pavlovich, he has terrifying knockout power. He can knock out a bus, and Aspinall, I think he has more ways to win this fight, but that's not going to matter if his head gets taken off, right? So But yeah, I'm going to pick Aspinall just because I think he has more ways to win this fight. I think he can mix in takedowns, and if he does, I think he can finish the fight very shortly after there. So I like Aspinall here. I'll take him to win this fight by first round submission. And then they actually have props out for this fight here. So a couple props that do stick out for me in this fight is, for one, Tom Aspinall by sub is very interesting at plus 390 on FanDuel Sportsbook. Just because I kind of feel like if you're Tom Aspinall, I mean, that probably should be the path there, getting this fight down to the mat. So Aspinall by submission, plus 390 makes a lot of sense. That actually opened up at plus 500. And then I also would look at an under here, an under 1.5, or even the fight won't start round 2. And the reason being, you take a look at Sergei Pavlovich. He has 7 fights in the UFC. All 7 of them have finished in the first round. Tom Aspinall has 7 fights as well in the UFC. And 6 of those 7 have finished in the first round. So that's 13 out of 14, which is ridiculous. Have finished inside the first round, have not seen round 2. So I think the fight won't start round 2 at a pick'em. Could be something to look at. I know the under 1.5 is a very popular play this week. I think that's good as well, just due to the fact that these guys don't go over 1.5 rounds often at all. I mean, the last time Pavlovich went over 1.5 rounds was a very long time. It had to have been like 6 years ago. It was outside the UFC. I think it was that 5-round fight he had where neither guy decided to fight until like there was 5 seconds left. And then the last time Aspinall went over 1.5 rounds probably was back in like 2016, 2017, a very, very long time ago as well. So I think the under 1.5 rounds, minus 215, it makes a lot of sense. And even being more aggressive, that fight won't start round 2 makes a lot of sense. And then I think Aspinall by sub is something I'm going to be taking a very hard look at this week as well, just because I feel like if he gets this fight down to the mat, we saw him submit Andrei Arlovski instantly, insta-tapped him. And then we also saw him get that, I think it was a straight armbar against Alexander Volkov in his fight as well. And Alexander Volkov's not an easy guy to submit at all. Volkov's a brown belt. So I have a feeling if he takes down Sergei Pavlovich, the sub is going to be like super live at that number. And those Aspinall sub round props are pretty crazy as well. I think I saw round 2 is like plus 1,400 for the Aspinall round 2 sub. And then the round 3 sub was like plus 4,000 for Aspinall round 3 sub. Like if he gets it to the mat, you know, that could be it could be a wrap. So, but you know, Pavlovich, if you like the Pavlovich side, I would say play the knockout, but the knockout prop is only plus 115, and Pavlovich's money line's plus 103. So you might as well bet the money line. But I kind of feel like Pavlovich's path to victory is going to be a first-round knockout. So, yeah, I can't wait for this fight. I'm very high on both guys. I won't be shocked if either guy wins this fight. Neither should anybody, really. This is a heavyweight fight at the end of the day. Very skilled heavyweight fights, or very skilled heavyweight fighters, and I think somebody's getting served in this one, and I think it's probably under 1.5 rounds as well. So there is the breakdown and prediction for Tom Aspinall, Sergei Pavlovich. Incredible co-main event. 5-round fight for the interim heavyweight championship. I don't think we'll need 5 rounds, and should be a fun one for as long as it lasts. Let me know who you guys have in the comments. Let me know if any bets are sticking out for you guys as well. I think there's a couple spots really sticking out on this co-main event here. A couple props that I really do like, and I already have, I think, 3 bets on this fight, and I'm looking at adding another another bet as well on it too. So yeah, lots of spots sticking out for this fight here. So you guys, best of luck, and be sure to check out all the breakdowns, and we'll talk to y'all soon. See you.